Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a truck and you're telling me there's someone in the back of the truck?
In a truck, Your Honor.
They doing donuts?
4 donuts, Your Honor. And the officers made contact with the complainant, the truck passenger, who advised she was worried about falling out.
You said 253-7747?
Yes, sir.
Are you Anthony Reyes?
Yes, sir.
Shh. Mr. Reyes, you're charged with deadly conduct. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 8th, 2024, the officers were working in undercover capacity while conducting surveillance on several vehicles that were engaged in a parking lot takeover at 12300 North Freeway. The officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle. After observing it do 4 donuts in the parking lot while there was an individual sitting in the bed of the truck who appeared to almost fall out. The defendant admitted to doing the donuts.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a truck and you're telling me there's someone in the back of the truck?
In a truck, Your Honor.
They doing donuts?
4 donuts, Your Honor. And the officers made contact with the complainant, the truck passenger, who advised she was worried about falling out.
Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You know, have you ever seen the movie Teen Wolf? Okay. In the movie, in Teen Wolf, there's a part in the movie where they're in a van and then they get on top of the van and they do this surfing, right? I had a friend in high school, because that's when the movie came out, right? And one of the big, you know, it was a great movie, but one of the bad parts of the movie is that many people tried to emulate getting on a car, doing the surfing thing while they're driving down the road. I had a friend that lost his life trying to do that surfing. Imagine same thing here, where someone gets out, falls out, cracks their cranium open and die. What happens? Don't say anything. I want you to think of what would happen in the event that you're doing donuts, someone flies out and dies. What would be the charge?
Not felony.
God, just a felony. Murder. I don't want you driving, Mr. Reyes. I'm making it the condition of your bond that you are not to drive. Do you understand me? You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand? This is an affidavit that you're promising me. And I don't care if Jesus comes down and needs to ride to church. We will have issues if you get into a car and drive. Do you understand? You know, Mr. Reyes, this life, it's not a long one. It's a very short one. And it can be a great life where you do well in school, go far in life, buy nice things, have nice cars, supermodel wife, great kids, lavish vacations in Monaco. Or it can be a rotten hell of an existence where you never have money. You're in and out of custody, where you can't even afford to go to a dentist, where you have teeth falling out. You can't even fix a root canal. It's but one. Think before you act. Think before you speak, because you may never get a second chance. Do you understand? You now have that chance. Do with it well, because if I find that you're a danger to my public, I will do everything in my power to protect the public at all costs. Do you understand? You have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Brandon. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court, don't drive. If you drove here, you may not drive home. Do you understand? You pick up a new case, you become a danger. How old are you?
19.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Construction.
Be careful, Mr. Reyes. You're walking a thin line. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Brandon.
Thank you, Judge.
That way. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. Why would we do this? You had one just dismissed not too long ago. Why would we give you another gift?
I feel like I've learned my lesson.
How? How have you learned your lesson?
Like, just the fact that I don't want to like end up in jail or anything like that.
Oh, you've learned your lesson. Really? The thing is that when we are too nice to people, they end up wrapping their car around a pole the following week. You just had one dismissed. Was it due to a PTI?
Yes, it was, Judge.
You didn't learn a damn thing because now you're back with another DWI and you want me to take this time served so you can go around again? How have you learned any possible thing, Mr. Lara? Tell me. What have you done differently from the first DWI to the DWI you have done now to show me that you've learned something? What have you done? I want you to understand one thing, sir, is that you now are building yourself a house with the priors that you have. At some point, that house is going to crack, cave, and your ass is going to fall through. From now on, you will now be looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. The proverbial slap on the wrist is gone because now, as a matter of fact, with your priors, you're looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail for anything that you pick up from now on. You will also now be required to pay the fines, fees, and surcharges with this case. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't, every $100 that you owe, you will sit in jail for 1 day. You now will have around $4,000 in surcharges that you will be responsible for. And if you don't, there's going to be a heavy, heavy toll to pay. One way or the other, we are going to reach you, Mr. Lara. And if it's kicking and screaming you, dragging you into jail, all we want are our streets to be safe. That's all we want. Do you understand?
Speak up.
Yes, sir.
No more games. Even if you have a sip of alcohol, a sip of wine, you should not get into a car because with your record, you get pulled over. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
How much are the fines and surcharges? 3. Is it above a 0.15? What is it?
Yes, sir.
Alex?
For the current case, it is a 0.092.
It's a 0.09?
Yes.
I want you to understand that you're going to pay a very hefty fine fees. If it's above a 0.15, it's $4,500 in surcharges, not to mention the court cost. Now it's below a 0.15, so you're paying $3,000 on the surcharge. I'm going to require you to pay also the court costs as well. When you pick up a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention all the court costs. So get ready. Not only is it a minimum of 90 days next time, but you're looking at around court costs and fines and fees and around $7,000. How much money have you paid surrounding all this when all it could have done is one click on your phone, $20. It's a geographical oddity. Don't matter where you want to go with your Uber, $20. Anywhere you want to go. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no coming back. Do you understand? It will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. And I'm telling you, Mr. Lara, you get pulled over and even have the faintest, funkiest smell of anything, you're going to be right back with us. And I'm going to tell you, I have jurisdiction over you for the next 5 years. Do you understand? You come back. It's not going to go well.
Yes, sir.
Get a clue. Hit a button. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? How much of the court cost?
3,420.
You will be required to pay $3,420. I will give you time to pay it because we're not here to break your bank. But I want you to understand that we mean business. And the way that we do it is this way. If you don't pay $100, for every $100 that you owe, it is 1 day in jail. So you can imagine on 3,500 how much time you'll be doing. You understand? All right. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Chief.
I'm suspending his license for 6 months as well, 180 days. All right, Eddie,
Yes, sir, Judge.
get your boy, man.
First of all, set up a payment plan.
Hey,
Good morning, Judge.